All right, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you this morning. So we were messing around with Glenda Watson this morning. So just so everybody knows, it normally is like 80 degrees in Tampa, Florida, this time of year. But we traveling down to do these meetings brought the cold winter blast with us. So now they're like frigid, freezing temperatures. So anyway, I will say this as we kick off, all you prayer warriors out there, we do have. Yeah, I was just telling Karen Hill, which is on the call. She was checking in on some of the people in Mississippi and Tennessee, and I mean, it goes on up through, right? So we have a lot of people in the coaches' corner that's been without power, they've been without water, and we just want to say that we're praying for you and your family. So all the prayer warriors out, give those prayers out. And we got a lot of family members, friends, and people a part of this community that's taking people in, helping people out, and just yeah, keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And Louisiana too. I know there's Louisiana the same way. So, all right, we're going to kick this off. I'm sorry for the background noise, but I did not see any birthdays. It is Andrea Rosser's brother's birthday. So if anybody wants to wish him a birthday celebration, today's the day. But the word for the year is Coach Greg Bill. I don't know if Coach Bill.
Hold on, Coach. So I appreciate that reminder because I forgot. But Mary Morrison is on here, and it is her birthday today.
Well,
So we're
guess
going to
what?
sing to you, Mary.
Absolutely. Hey, get those voices ready. Joe, want to hear from you this morning. Sing. Okay. He's like, okay. All right. So, Coach Bill, this word's yours. And it is relentless. I like all these the firepower in words coming out of the year, right? Andrea, can you hear me okay? The table beside me has decided they're right, going
I
to
don't
really get
hear
loud.
them at all,
Okay,
and you
good
sound
deal.
great.
So relentless, it's like describes a person or effort, persistence, unyielding, determined. It, here's what it conveys. It conveys an unwavering commitment and an unwillingness to give in or surrender. How many of you are stubborn? Put a one in the comment if you would consider yourself a little bit stubborn. Now, I'm not going to mention any names, but I know we've got some I would consider a little bit stubborn. Alan Schultz. But here's the deal. Just kidding, Alan. Just kidding. Uh, relentless. Buffy, I was not thinking about you, just so you know. Relentless. I want you to think about this quote: success is not final, failures not fatal. No one failure is never fatal, has not happened. Okay. It's the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill said, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. And I want to give a story in honor of Coach Greg Bill, who is a boys basketball coach in the state of Tennessee. And I wanted to share this relentless story. A high school basketball coach loses their best player to an injury mid-season. Buffy, think about this. You love basketball. Instead of lowering expectations, the coach shows up earlier in the morning, retools the offense to fit the remaining players. The coach watches extra film, and the coach keeps reinforcing beliefs when the losses are stacking up. So the coach is sitting there losing games, but behind the scenes, putting in the overtime. No excuses, no drifting, shoulders back, chest out, still prevail when the community's after the coach because of the losses. The community's not thinking, oh, he lost a great player at the beginning of the season, or she did. And the coach just continues to work. No excuses, no drifting, just daily adjustments and effort. And here's what happens: by playoff time, the team isn't the most talented, but they're the most prepared and the toughest to beat. So, relentless isn't loud, it's choosing to keep pressing forward when the outcome isn't guaranteed. And I'm going to turn it to Andrea on this, but I don't know if it's when we talk about health or relationships or business, but I talk with people verbally every day over the phone. The biggest challenge, in my opinion, with us all as humans, because there's only been one perfect person to walk this world, is when we're faced with challenges, are we bringing drama in our head to the table every morning? Or are we taking that challenge, sucking it up, realizing it's not going to be fatal, and come to the table every morning looking for solutions like this coach did? Solutions, making the calls, making the follow ups, making the appointments. Or are we going to call someone and just drama? Why didn't I? What happened? This didn't happen. That didn't happen. Guess what? That coach could have done that when he lost his player or her player. They didn't. They chose to work behind the scenes. And then there was a season to where they started winning again, right at playoff time. We have a choice. Are we going to choose relentless, or are we going to choose something else? The choice is mine. The choice is yours. Andrew, I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson this morning, Coach, and great word. So it's always fun when we have a word that is feels like a little bit of a game changer. So I'm going to mute you, but just out of love, and you can unmute yourself when you're ready. But the quote that I found was, I do not think that there is any quality so essential to success of any kind as the quality of perseverance. It overcomes almost everything, even nature. And that's John D. Rockefeller. And I think that perseverance is just another way of saying relentless. Like we relentlessly persevere, we keep on going. So, what I looked into is okay, that sounds great, right? I want to be relentless in all the positive ways, but how? How can I be more committed, more persevere more? How can I be more relentless? So, first of all, I've got to begin with the end in mind. So, when I know what I'm going for, right? So, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but Sherry Key, Shelby is in early stages of labor right now. So Sherry Key is getting a brand new grandbaby, hopefully pretty soon here. I'm very excited for her. But if I know that my end in mind, the thing that I'm excited about is I want to play with those imaginary grandbabies because I don't have any on the way, knock on wood. But I play with those imaginary grandbabies and I can feel good enough and to move around and to do all the things and have the resources to spoil them rotten, like all of those things. Well, if that's my end goal, I've got to begin right now and I've got to define those objectives, know what I'm working for towards, and that motivates me, right? That's so exciting. If I want to be able to provide a college education for these grandbabies, and college right now is $1 billion. So let's imagine 20, 25 years from now, I better start putting some pennies back and I better start lifting heavy things and whatever it may be. So that motivates me, gets me excited, makes it easier for me to stay relentless in those goals. Next is I've got to keep on trucking, right? I've got to build resilience by viewing failures as opportunities to learn and grow. Right? I've got to learn and grow. I know I'm going to trip up, and I can be like Coach was saying, I can focus on all the times I've tripped up and all the things that have tripped me, and I can wallow in that and be a little drama mama myself, or I can say that was temporary. I'm going to pick myself back up so that I can keep going. And they're just something that's teaching me a great lesson so I can be a little bit stronger, so I can do a little bit more in the future. Next, I've got to be a rock. I've got to maintain consistency. I've got to establish those daily habits and routines that keep me on track for my goals, right? So I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I will make a goal in my mind. I'm going to run a marathon this year. And then I don't run a single mile. But then I think 3 months from now, I'm just going to be able to do it. And I break myself, right? Because I didn't do the little daily routines. But if I just run a little bit every single day and slowly add mileage and add mileage and add mileage, well, then I will get to that marathon. I'm assuming I've never ran a marathon. I've done a half. Okay. I've done a half. But if I keep doing those little things, I'll get there. I can't just show up the day of and think I'm going to achieve the big thing. I've got to do the small bits over and over and over again. So I've got to be that rock. Next, I've got to be a half full kind of person. So that does not mean, though I think I can be, doesn't mean that I'm a Pollyanna, right? That everything's rosy, everything's wonderful, and I live in this little bit of a naive space, though I probably do. But I've got to cultivate a mindset that there are good things out there, that I have, I can overcome any self-doubt that I'm having, that I can have some positive thinking that's going to fuel that determination instead of always being a little bit of an Eeyore, right? We love Eeyore, but he's a woe is me kind of donkey. So we've got to be more like Piglet and be just a little bit more chipper out in the world. And then lastly, I've got to go with the flow, right? In order to be relentless, I've got to stay flexible and adaptable. Being relentless doesn't mean that I'm going to stick to this like rigid plan if circumstances change. It means that I can adjust my approach as needed, but I don't abandon my goals. I'm going to relentlessly go for the goal, but I'm going to have to what do you call it, Coach? Build an audible, pull an audible, have an audible. I don't know. Change plans. Be flexible enough to change
Audible.
plans to get there. Okay, I got there. So great word, Coach. I appreciate it.
This is really good. Great word. Listen, a lot of you have asked about our onboarding call. It's today at 8 p.m. Central. If you know what I'm talking about, you can reach out to Andrew Ross or Ashley Pulse and anybody. They can get you connected to that if you're interested in that. And then that's at 8 p.m. Central Time Zone tonight. Last night, we will put it up in Telegram. But last night, John Wadsworth, phenomenal call. It was there. If you didn't get it, you can go to Telegram and grab that. Guys, we love you. We're grateful for you. Have a great Hump Day Wednesday. And Mary Morrison, this is for you. So here we go.
Happy
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 birthday
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 to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, Carrie. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday.
to
God
you.
bless you.
Yay,
Yay, happy more. Thanks for letting
happy
me know.
birthday.
Happy
Celebrate
birthday every minute.
birthday.
Love you guys. Have a great day.
Wonderful
Day.
God bless
Have a
everybody.
wonderful day. Stay warm.